In concept, affordable housing financing is relatively simple. The low-income housing tax credit, LIHTC, generates equity. Using that equity offsets the need for debt. To pay for debt, you have to have rents. If the debt is especially high, you'd have to charge higher rents. LIHTC equity reduces the amount of debt that you need and hence reduces the amount that you need to charge for rents to pay for a project. While it's conceptually simple, implementation can often be much more difficult. One part, it's competitive for the low-income housing tax credit. It would be uncommon for any particular developer to get multiple allocations of tax credits in a particular year, but then the other deferred funding and in some cases the mortgages are also competitive every single year. And since the demand for affordable housing is so high, there's never enough funding to go around, which is why it can take multiple funding sources to get any particular project done. We are able to provide high-quality apartment homes in our community at below-market rents through three primary sources. One of them is your conventional mortgage that people take out when they buy their single-family home. It's the same type of mortgage that we take out for multifamily affordable housing developments, except in our world, it's a much smaller portion of the project. That might only be 10 or 15% of the cost, but that can vary widely depending on the project. The second source is going to be what we call deferred loans. It is a loan to the project. It is structured that way, but we don't actually make any payments on it. It just sits out there in the documentation as money coming into the project. And then the third and the most substantial source is through the low-income housing tax credit, or LIHTC. That's going to provide 60 to 70%, depending on the project, of the funding coming in, and that's equity. That's cash into the project to pay for any of the project expenses. Through those three funding sources, we are able to build most of the affordable apartment home projects in our community. There's many caveats and nuances that go along with that, but those are the three primary sources.